What?
Hello, princess.
Has this ever happened to you? Rather than working out or doing anything else productive, you're scrolling on TikTok for probably hours on end out of the day. And on your For You feed, or what I liked to call it before I knew what the hashtag meant, Yip, you come across dozens and dozens of videos showing off old vines.
Hey dog, you get some ice cream?
Only a spoonful.
New TikToks that give Vine energy.
If the top of the pot starts spinning, what that mean? Like what I'm supposed to do?
People streaming PlayStation 2 games on quite literally the most ancient TV they could find.
I use catnip.
Or the many posts that I cannot escape of how McDonald's is just too corporate now.
Past, you had every color of the rainbow, where modern day it's white, black, gray. Or fast food restaurants, old school McDonald's versus the depressing gray modern one.
Man, when I go to McDonald's these days, it just feels like I'm giving money to this evil, gray, lifeless corporation. I want to give it to a colorful one instead. A simpler time where you wake up, your house is super cold, so you put your feet on the vent, have a blanket wrapped around you, and you watch some of the only good SpongeBob episodes they ever made. Or coming home from a long day at school and playing LEGO Star Wars The Complete Trilogy on your Game Boy Advance like me, and I beat that shit. People even hold music from an older time at such a higher standard. Hell, I even have an album from like 2001 on my shirt right now. Is it even real music if it wasn't put on a
Gramophone in the 1800s? Let's be honest with ourselves.
POV going out in the early 2000s? Where did the morning birds go? I've seen countless videos of people saying that the mourning dove is gone. There's no more magic in the world. I haven't heard the mourning dove in forever. The mourning dove is extinct now? I so badly wish I could hear the sound of a mourning dove again. I haven't heard it since I was, I don't know, 12 years old? I'm sorry, I feel like I heard a mourning dove like yesterday. When's the last time you went outside? Probably since I was like 12. Mighty West. Guys, instead of posting about going outside, go outside! It took me a 3-second search to find that not only is the mourning dove still around, but it's thriving. As much as a humble bird can thrive these days. With those egg prices, goddamn. I bet we all wish we could hatch our own eggs at this point, am I right? I'd feel a little awkward eating something that came out of me, but I'd push through. And for God's sake, where did the fireflies go?
What the fuck happened to the lightning bulbs? Like, you notice you go outside at night, you don't see shit. Like, nothing lighting up.
What really happened to fireflies? Do you remember them? The little lights that danced in the dark like stars that fell just to be near you. You'd chase them barefoot, heart wide open, and they'd shimmer just long enough to feel like magic was real. But then they stopped coming. One summer they just didn't come back. And maybe we didn't notice, or maybe we just got used to the quiet. Streetlights got brighter, fields got smaller. The air got thicker with things we couldn't see, but they could. We poisoned the ground they slept in. We lit up the night they once called home, and we never said goodbye. We thought they'd always be there. But fireflies don't stay where they're not wanted. And maybe neither would you.
Bullshit! For context, this person is just struggling. I can read, I promise. The fireflies got extinct because of deforestation, light pollution. I'm so sorry that you saw yesterday or 3 days ago. Those are the last generation. Those were my favorite insects, but I will not see them for a long time. I'm sorry, I'm cry right now. Did the fireflies go extinct? Now I'm cry. I'm cry right now. Except this is just another lie on the internet. Take it away, Hank Green.
If I popped into the comments, there'd be at least somebody correcting this in the comments, but no, it's just people being like, fireflies will one day be seen as a myth. If you live on the East Coast in Florida, these are the ones we grew up with, they're still out there, they're doing okay. They are classified by the International Union for Conservation of Nature as a species of least concern. That doesn't mean that there's no concern.
Could you imagine if the fireflies did go extinct? How pissed off Owl City would be. Also, small side tangent. This is Owl City. It's just this dude. This dude is Owl City. I thought it was like a legit band. It's just him. It's just this guy. Owl City. Population. Adam. Now, why do people care about nostalgia so much? Well, let's be honest. It reminds them of a more simple time in their lives. A time where they were probably more happy or their parents were together. Because all of our collective parents are divorced, right? right? The older you get, the more that life becomes endlessly more stressful. What do you mean I have to find my own food? Where? Now that I have my own apartment, you mean to tell me that I have to work every day and can't call out? What do you mean I have to feed myself more than Lucky Charms? I don't know how to pay taxes. I just give them to a guy and he gives me money. But then after a long stressful day of figuring out whether or not you're eating chicken or beef tonight, you get to lay in your comfy bed in pajamas and play your favorite video games from when you were 11 years old, like Resident Evil 4 or Black Ops 2 Zombies for the millionth time. And just like always, people online also can't seem to even decipher amongst themselves what is determined as the best years. 2015 to 2019 was the best years. 2023 is when it all went away. 2015 to 2022. 2015 to 2017. I miss the 2000s to 2010s. None of these kids know anything about the 1890s, am I right? I just miss when you could buy somebody for 3/4 and a nickel. I just miss the good old days. I don't know what this car nonsense is, and I'm scared. Yeehaw. And it wouldn't be a proper video of me talking about nostalgia without talking about the sound. Now, I'd be lying if this sound didn't sound like I had the Bionicles movie on TV, and I just rolled out all of my Bakugan, of course, to miss the metal plates, therefore never opening properly, and once again, I'm doing it myself.
Yes, sir, I'm alive.
Well, what took you so long then?
Sorry, sir, but I was detained.
What you say to me, you little shit?
But this sound is so beyond overused. Elementary schools in the 2000s. And it's just every elementary school that's ever existed and will exist, and you just grew up. Toddlers in the chat right now, let me know if your school's like this. And also click off this video after. What are you doing here? You think because you grew up and moved on that schools aren't rocking Bill Nye the Science Guy still? Are you crazy? Are you outside of your mind? That man's a legend. You know those days in like 5th grade, it's raining outside, it's low energy, everyone's tired, and even your teacher's not feeling today, so while you least expect it, while you're drawing on a piece of paper, you hear a snapping noise, and it's your teacher's back being completely shattered into pieces, rolling in that big ass TV from the other room. Now teachers are probably rolling in like a big high quality flat screen, but you mean to tell me that you think that they're not playing the same old shitty VCRs that they played even when they were obsolete in my time in school? I remember this one old video that my teacher had my class watch, and it was like about castles, and I shit you not, it was made in like 79. I live on the East Coast, therefore our technology is a little bit behind. I drive a 2012 Toyota Camry, and I'm the coolest guy around. It's like the newest car in my state. Jokes aside, my high school had textbooks with guides on how to be the perfect wife. It was from the 50s. Or the classic go-to, the tarp dome, when all the kids would get in a circle and fill the tarp with air and put it behind themselves. That happened one time in my entire time in school, as I'm sure many kids will experience in the future, one time. Except you can experience that again. Minecraft is quite possibly the worst example when you're talking about a case of nostalgia for a video game. Not only can you go back in time to any previously released update that they've ever made for the game, but you can also go and recreate any of the pictures shown in this TikTok. While the game does get regularly updated and things change often, the core gameplay loop has never changed one time. This here is Victoria Justice in 2015, the last time any of us were truly happy, and this is Victorious now. Feel old yet? And then there's also the Big Brother core TikToks, which is just nostalgia bait centered around showing off older movies, TV shows, music, video games that you wouldn't have experienced yourself. Rather, you would have vicariously found out about these things through an older sibling. And I didn't grow up with an older brother, but I did grow up with 2 older sisters, which is why I got to experience shows like Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide and Zoe 101. I really wish I didn't know more about Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. People in the comment sections of these older Brother Core TikToks didn't even experience any of this content. Which then begs the question, do you actually feel nostalgia, or did this video just do a good job giving off an old vintage vibe? I live in America, and in this modern day and age, there is actively a flaming hot Cheeto attempting to get the country that I reside in blown up. But as a result, I don't particularly look back in time and wish Minecraft only had one type of door still. Or how could any of us forget the endless slaw of fast food chains returning to their roots? Taco Bell going back to a 90s style aesthetic in attempts to push for 90s style pricing.
The $7 Lux Cravings box has the Gordita Supreme? What is this, the 90s?
In reality, it's just a deal that they're doing, which by the time of me making this video has ended. But don't you worry for a second, because it still costs $6 or $7 to remove the tomatoes from your taco. Pizza Hut and Burger King returning to their old retro style logos, and Burger King even dropping the stupid "you rule" because it was stupid, and instead returning to their old "have it your way" slogan from the 70s. Too bad they'll bring back their old logo and slogan, but their food is still shit from a butt. Seriously, look at this picture of their menu from the 90s. Doesn't that look so good? Now look at this picture. Now, while I brought up old video games and movies earlier, I do want to touch base on the fact that everything has a reboot now. Every movie and video game franchise has been beaten into the ground, and not because it's good. Star Wars is being ever expanded, and it is well past its deathbed. However, with the incredible world building that they created, and the insane amount of nostalgia that comes out of this movie being from 1977, it's still going today. The show iCarly's been rebooted, Vicarious just had a reboot announced, That 70s Show got rebooted, How I Met Your Mother got a now canceled reboot, which was so funny.
Dad, basketball's your dream, but it's not mine.
An entire community of people making video games based off of the exact same style as Doom from the 90s. Constant remakes of old cult classic games. Hell, for a time frame of when this video got recorded, because I take 19 years to edit a video. The 9th Resident Evil game just came out, and I've been playing it and enjoying it, but I have to admit that this whole game is just nostalgia bait. You go back to previous locations from previous games that should be long gone and not relevant to the game you're playing at all, but they are for some reason. Reoccurring enemies and characters that you didn't think would ever pop up again because they're from a game from like 2005, but they are for some reason. It is so easy to market the game with the same branding of returning to Raccoon City, returning to the place that you went to in the simple days when you played the original on GameCube, and your mom and dad were still together, and probably despite being in financial distress, you got McDonald's. And the reason for this being is because it is so much easier to rely on a pre-established IP with lots of nostalgia around it, rather than investing your money in an unproven original IP. Sorry, The Simpsons. You're gonna live in a state of purgatory, making new episodes for our entertainment forever. With people feeling nostalgia towards a much simpler time, one that they themselves may not have even lived in. Bro has a pet dog. Try pet T-Rex, alright. Got a little too drunk last night in the cavern, had to drunk drive home, had to park my Velociraptor in the cave, so. It is no wonder that shows like SpongeBob that have gone on for so long that they're just a demonic other entity of what they were in the 90s when they came out, are only making one of two types of episode now. One of which is just nightmare fuel. And then the other type of episode they're making right now is just pure nostalgia bait.
Patrick, I'm right here.
They brought back the Mihoimanoi guy. They brought back the Imagination Box episode. I haven't seen that one since I was 12 years old. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with craving a better time in your life or looking back at things you enjoyed, but I did feel the need to in this video highlight the amount of things that just run off of nostalgia. I think it would be awesome if we could focus on new IPs and making new memories and looking forward to new birds in the woods, or at the very least not just blatantly lying and saying that something is extinct because you haven't heard it outside because you haven't been outside. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Now I'm gonna go binge every episode of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse to find out who the killer is. Bye!